they'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. One thing we're seeing, Kenny, certain teams that started off hot are now falling by the wayside.
Man, that happens every year, Arnie. This is nothing new. No surprise. Everyone does it. The league catches up to them at some point.
You know, after teams adjust to you, you have to adjust back. If you can't, shows you weren't all that to begin with.
Ah, very true, very true. Here's Kevin Harlan as we get ready for the tip.
Nightfall in the Windy City with the Willis Tower and the rest of downtown Chicago lighting up the sky. And thanks for joining us on this Christmas Eve. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brett Perry and Greg Anthony. A chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
Well, you look at Leonard. He's among the top 10 in the voting in the Western Conference. The fans rewarding him for a tremendous season so far.
And I'm sure he's grateful for that. But, Kevin, I know what he really wants is a spot in that starting lineup.
And it seems like the anticipation just continues to build each year around this time of the season. Gonna be a fantastic weekend. And the Clippers starting five. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. Paul George is out there with Green, and it's Whiteside in at the 5 down low. And for Chicago, Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. The general is out there with White, and it's Carter in at the 5. Long season, Brent, halfway through. Some teams try to create camaraderie with team dinners and team trips, and I would think that would help.
Well, that helps with your personal savings. You're not spending.
Absolutely,
you're not spending your per diem.
No per diem spend.
Well, there's a tremendous article that was written last year about what it is that Greg Popovich created in San Antonio. Funny thing when that article came out about the Spurs dinner culture, I had people that were calling me up going, "You should read this," and I said, "Read it. I lived it." Are you kidding me? But absolutely, time like that, time where you have conversation, time in front of one another, where you learn about, hopefully you're learning about the vulnerabilities of your teammate, because in the end, that's what ends up making you stronger. So I think those kind of things help immensely.
White against Beverly. Here's Whiteside, and the jam by Whiteside.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Porter finds White. First quarter, just over a minute played. Here's the general. Basket counts.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
George against Markkanen. Williams trying to break free. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And Paul George finding some ways now to be effective on the inside.
Here's the general. Last time out he had 38 points. Down low, Markkanen. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Williams looking around. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial 6th Man of the Year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
One shot.
Throw good, Lou Williams.
And what sets Lou Williams apart right now is his confidence. This guy is a gunner who comes in and believes that he's going to score. He often does.
Fires the 3. He's off on that one. And it's Chicago the other way. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just two powerhouse teams facing off.
Well, if I had a calendar, I would have circled this one. But I love it when they get together. Last year, they split the two games between them, and I'll bet their battles are just as tightly contested this year.
Here's the general. Marking and trying to break loose.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Pass to George. On the wing, Green. Right side, the pass to Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Tries it from the top of the key. Offensive rebound. Whiteside, good.
Yeah, there's not a rebound that Whiteside cannot get to when he's floating around the charge circle, reaches up, snatches that one down.
Bulls trail by 7. Now the pass to the general. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
An 89% free throw shooter puts him right there among the league's best from the line.
He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Outside Williams. And the wide open shot from Green. Here's Whiteside, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
At 7 feet tall, Whiteside is always a threat for the high percentage dunk.
Here's the general. He's started by Williams. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Off the inbound, the general.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
That's a whistle. He did not want to hear his second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
A second chance effort, and it's good on the way in. The Generals got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And the foul on Wendell Carter. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Shamet's checked in. And it's the Clippers with the ball. 6-point lead. Beverly looking around. Passes it to Whiteside. 5 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot from past the arc. Another shot. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. They get Hassan Whiteside. The Bulls shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That's good from the general. Especially in the playoffs, Brent, so much can change when a player gets in a foul trouble. You see the league ever modifying that foul out rule?
I know that they do that in the summer league where you can stay on the court for 10 fouls as elimination, but it's a technical every time. I don't see the league doing that. I think it's good for the game so that star players or meaningful players, ones that play specifically on defense, they have to have responsibility for what it is that they're doing on the floor. And if they're overly aggressive, you should be penalized for playing.
Up and in on the layup. He's got 11.
Feels like the other 4 guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
Clippers leading by 7. Outside, George. Wide open. Another one falls for the Clippers.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
Here's the general. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one following a loss to the Pistons.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
You cannot afford to do that when you're in an opponent's building. You got to knock down free throws. That cost them.
Pass to Young. Here's the general. He's covered by Whiteside. Here's the general. Portis trying to free himself. No good from the general.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Cabangeli passes to George. And he slams it down right on the top of Thaddeus.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another. Really the story of the game.
Yeah, it felt like just the entire roster.
Up going with the new group. And the Clippers looking at who they've got. Beverly and Shamit in the backcourt together. Jermichael Green is out there with Whiteside, and it's Robinson in at the 3 slot. Here's Whiteside. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's the general. He's covered by Shamit. Here's the general trying to get open as Carter. And the Bulls with another miss.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one, Kevin. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
And that one's good, Shamit.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Here's the general. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Whiteside's got 8 rebounds in this game. To the paint. No good on that one. Nice D from Porter. Here's the general. Second chance shot. And it's Whiteside with the rebound.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Whiteside's got the lead up to 12 now for Los Angeles.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverly is one of them.
And Patrick Beverly always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverly plays on, you're going to have to go through them. Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night. It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
For Chicago, they have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. Paul George is checked in for Robinson. That free throw good for Markkanen. Brent, Offensive versatility, all the rage now. Which guards do you think do the best job of generating offense with their back to the basket?
I don't know so much as these guys are playing with their back to the basket, Kevin, so much as they're finding ways to get the ball without a dribble at about 15 feet away from the basket. So one dribble, they're at the rim.
Right.
They're very effective at the mid-range. Chris Paul and DeMar DeRozan have had tremendous efficiency from those areas on the floor. So those are the kind of players that put some pressure on your defense because they're starting their offense so close to the basket, and they're effective with which they do it. Not on the post, not on the perimeter, and they're finding ways to be impactful.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the General, in his last time out against the Mavericks, got the job done. He dropped in 38 points, and he did a great job of letting the game come to him, connecting on a number of his shots. A very solid stat line for him in what was a terrific outing. And you know he wants to keep the momentum going, Kevin.
Yeah, David, he was in attack mode all night long. GA really propelled them to that win.
When he's on, he is on. And there isn't all that much you can do to stop him.
And sometimes you can just look at a guy and you see the confidence that he's playing with. That's what I like best.
In the corner, Shamet with it. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped. A beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
Well, they've shown both effort and will to get back into this one, but can they finish this one off? Can't let up now.
Over in the corner, Beverly. George against Porter. To the middle. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Bulls.
The Clippers have shot just one free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. Chicago calls timeout.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go to get back on track.
And how about a look at the most recent power rankings? Very telling, even though, guys, we're just still in December. You look at the Bucks. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And you know, right now for the Bulls, they've come out with a vengeance. I don't care what anyone said about them or their chances to start the year. Now let's see if they can maintain this momentum. And really a good job of getting to the line in that first quarter. Hasn't been doing that as much here in the second.
Bulls have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Both free throws good from the general.
Hey, guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Outside, George. Here's Shamet.
2 minutes.
Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Right the pass to Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
And there's 1:45 left in the second quarter. Beverly against White. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Clippers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. That free throw, no good.
One of the better perimeter defenders in the game, and in the golden age of scoring point guards, Patrick Beverly doing his best to slow them down on a nightly basis.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Bobby Portis comes in for Wendell Carter. And it's Young in for Lauri Markkanen. To the inside. Portis can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Clippers in the lead. Now Beverly taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Marjanovic. And stolen by Portis. Inside. Book it on the money from the General. The General's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Everly with the ball. Pass to Shamet. Fires for three, and he's good on the three ball. Shamet's got 7 points.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
There's the pass to the general. 23 seconds left here in the second.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
That's his second personal foul.
In the game, he shot 6 of 7 from the line.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
That's good from the general. So for the Bulls. Williams, he's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And Zach Levine subbed in for White. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Williams is checked in, so he gets them both. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. On the wing, Williams, from outside the arc. That one doesn't go. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. The Clippers on top, up 1. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Yep.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the... And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And you know the general has been really making it happen, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So the Bulls 5 right now. Markkanen and Carter are up front. White is out there with the general, and it's Book at the small forward.
And you gotta like the vision for Markkanen. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
Here's Beverly. Pass to George. Here's Kevin Geller. Bangs home the trifecta. Kevin Gelly's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, there's not a lot of NBA players who come from Finland. Now there's Lauri Markkanen. Before him, there was Hanno Matala, who was actually Lauri's high school coach. Markkanen is soft-spoken and family-focused, but he says everything starts from basketball. All the decisions I make are based on if it helps me on the basketball court. Kevin?
Terrific attitude. David, thanks. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Just a terrific all-around scoring effort from him. I mean, it's because of that they're even in this game.
Williams with the ball. Now guarded by Porter. Count that bucket. 10 points for Lou Williams.
Well, you deserve that kind of treatment if you're going to get up with Lou Williams like that. Terrific at getting to the rack.
Porter passes to the general. Green with the block. And it goes out of bounds. Two left in the third quarter. Here's the general, and he jams it with authority.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team, just fighting tonight.
Outside, Green. Pass to Marjanovic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Bobby Portis. The Clippers have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
And he's good on the second.
Big trip to the line. He did not get all of them, but at least they hold the lead now.
Outside, Levine. Here's the general. He's guarded by Williams. Here's the general. Portis trying to free himself. The shot's good from the general. The general's got the lead up to 1 now for the Bulls. Los Angeles has gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Now here's Williams. 12 points for him. To the right side. Just 3 on the clock, and it's blocked. And he recovers it. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. Jermichael Green is out there with Landry Shamet. And it's Marjanovic in at the center, locking down the middle. Both free throws good from the general.
And his work at the free throw line has been terrific tonight, making the most of his chances.
Pass to Green. Shamet on the wing, guarded by Levine. Right side, Williams. Back to Shamet. To the wing on the left. 4 on the shot clock. White against Beverly. He can't get it to go. Levine for 3. Connects from three-point range. And the Bulls lead by 6.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Here's Williams. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Lou Williams has got it going. Look out.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Count that one.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Clippers trail by 6. Shamet kicks to Beverly. The pass to Marjanovic. Shoots over Portis. Marjanovic, no good. The Bulls shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Here's the general, guarded by Marjanovic, and there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Here's the general, drops in the layup for 2. The general's got 40 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Beverly. Williams up on top. Chicago grabs the miss. Here's the general. Count it. And now it's a 10-point Bulls lead.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
The kick out to Williams from downtown. Offensive rebound. And Marjanovic with the slam.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
And in flashes, Levine has shown he can be a star. Now, he has to put it all together on a consistent basis.
Carter, he's checked in for the Bulls. Lowry Marketing comes in for Young. George is checked in for the Clippers.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Marjanovic finds George. Jacks up a 3. The Clippers get another chance here. And that one is good. Marjanovic has got 9 points now in just the second half.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Making the most of the screen, that's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Back to Williams. From deep, George. Not going to go that time. And it's Chicago the other way. Passes to the general. Kick out to Levine. And the 3 off target. Clippers trail by 11. For 3, Williams. Good on the triple.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Here's the general. He's guarded by Williams. Here's the general. Uses the glass to finish the layup. The general's got 46 points.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
Yeah, he's feeling it. Keep feeding him until he misses.
Outside, George. Excellent D there from Markkanen.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
An assertive offensive player. White knows he has the green light to rise and fire.
Los Angeles has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Pass to Williams. Teardrop shot, and it's sent back by Carter. 4-on-3 break. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Clippers moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. It's George on the wing. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter. Well-limited
effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Looking to get it going, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
That straight line drive there from Paul George. You love to see him get in that attack mode. Let's see if he can cash in now at the line.
And the first one drops.
With Paul George, it's pretty awesome. You get the whole package. You get great scoring. You get good playmaking and rebounding. You get a defender with active hands. There's a lot of things about Paul George that can elevate everything you do to have great team success.
Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Chicago. And George drops them both.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
And boom, he hits it again.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Clippers trail by 17. And here's Beverly. Outside Williams, lets it go from deep. Chicago grabs the miss. White's got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside Porter. And the pass to the general. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. LA's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. George with the ball. And it's Carter picking him up. Stolen. He dishes it to White. To the paint. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
The high post shot. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. The general passes to Porter. Outside White. 5 on the clock. Here's the general. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul. At the line.
The first one falls. So many players now signing shorter contracts in free agency. We've talked about this. Does it make it harder or easier for the super teams?
Well, I think it makes it easier because all of a sudden a star player from another team becomes available that you could latch him on to somewhere else.
Any examples you could throw out there?
I don't want to get into the specifics of it.
I understand.
I think we've seen it over the past 3 or 4 years with some of our star guys. And
yes.
I don't fault them because they're getting smarter.
Here's the general. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the Clippers.
And so Chicago takes this one by a big margin. They poured it on, showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Johnson. I got Shaq here, got Kenny the Jet here. Standing by on headset, near the locker rooms, right down the hall, around the corner, we get a chance to catch up with our post-game guest.
What's up, Shaq here? That was one of the best offensive performances I've seen this year. If you can keep it up, I might even give you one of my nicknames.
Oh man, coming from you, Shaq? You know I'm humble. You know, it's been a lot of extra hours in the gym, trying to perfect certain moves, add some different other ones. You saw the results of that tonight. But I do believe the best is still ahead, and I hope to prove that next time out.
I know you will. If you do, nickname time.
And thanks for joining us this evening, folks. We've reached the end of our broadcast, sadly. For Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, this is Ernie Johnson. Farewell and good night.
Hey, Che, your shoe guy and his girlfriend are here, and she's apparently like the president of your fan club, and I guess he's shy now because he wants me to introduce you to her, so here I am.
That's my dude, let's do it.
Okay, great. Follow me.
Thank you.
Look, don't get me started, but here's my thing with instant replay. We've had it for a long time, right? And how much happier are we with officiating?
Good question, hey?
Right? I mean, have people stopped complaining? Exactly my